All right, so for this video, we're going to go back and we're actually going to solve the triangles. And so your homework to finish with this is going to be to do these 6 problems right up here. And you're going to ignore the instructions for the problem. I don't just want you to find the possible angles. I want you to I want you to solve each triangle. So if it has only one triangle, I want you to find all the sides and the angles of that one triangle. If there are 2 triangles, I want you to find all the sides and the angles of those 2 triangles. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk you through problems 7 and 8 just to make sure that we have good examples of 2 of them, and then I'm going to have you finish 9, 10, 11, and 12. So if you do not have a calculator at home, plan ahead, bring a lunch, because you're going to have to come into my room and work on this during lunch. I will not take excuses, so that means that you need to come get a lunch pass in the morning so that you can come during lunch to finish your assignment, or you can text me and have somebody. Maybe you can show the text message to the person who's keeping you from getting to my classroom, whatever. But I'm not going to take excuses. This is the homework. This is what you have to get done. Okay? So for problem number 7, I'm going to go ahead and write the information that they gave me. They said triangle ABC, and I have that side A, so here's angle A, angle B, angle C. Side A is 62, side B is 53, and angle A is 54 degrees. So as soon as I see that the information that they gave me is angle side side, as soon as I see that, I will always draw 2 triangles, because there could be 2. So 54 degrees, angle B, angle C, 62, 53. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. I have 62 over sine 54 equals 53 over sine B. And so I'm going to do 53 times sine of 54 equals 62 sine B. So I'm going to divide that by 62. So 0.692 equals sine B. And then I need to get rid of sine, so I'm going to sine inverse that answer. And I get that angle B is 43.755. And I'm going to go ahead and store that number as B. Okay. And then for my other triangle, I'm going to do 180 minus that number. So angle B for this triangle is 136.245 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and store. No. Oh, dang. Wait, did I get that? Whew, okay, I still have it. I'm going to go ahead and store that as, I'll do D this time. Okay. So now I have to make sure that my angles make sense. So 43 degrees, I'm going to go ahead and just write 43.8 up here. So 43.8 and 54, that makes sense. I still have room for a third angle, so I can go ahead and keep solving that one. Over here, 136.2. That's not going to make a lot of sense because 136 plus 54, so if I take this and I add 54 to it, it's already 190 degrees, and I'm not even finished finding the angles. So that means that there is only one triangle to solve for this problem. I don't have 2, I just have 1. So I will go ahead and finish solving this triangle. So I've got 2 sides, I need the 2 angles, I need the third one. So I'm going to do 180 minus 54 minus angle B. So angle C is going to be 82.245 degrees. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and store that as C. Okay, so now I have all three angles, and I have two sides. I need the third side. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to use that original fraction that I had. 62 over sine of 54 equals C over sine of the angle C. I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply. And I'm solving for C, side C. So 62 sine of angle C divided by sine of 54. So side C is 75.935. Okay, and then it's always a good idea at the very end to like put your answers in a way that they're like easy to look at. I'm training you guys so that when I grade your tests, they're easier for me to grade. So 43.755 degrees. Angle C is 82.245. Side C is 75.935. And then I'm saying, all right, here's the solution to my triangle right there. Okay. Problem number 8 says triangle LMN, and it says side M is 8, side N is 11, angle M is 6. And if I look here, the information that they gave me is angle side side. So as soon as I see that, I'm going to draw a second triangle. And then I'm going to go ahead and start the way that I've started the other problems. So here's my two pieces of information that go together. We have 8 over sine of 6 equals 11 over sine of n. And I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply. So 11 sine 6 equals 8 sine n. And I can divide the 8 over. So 0.144 equals sine of n, and so I need to get rid of sine so that I can solve for n. So I'll do sine inverse of that decimal, and that gives me that angle n is 8.264. So I did mention that sometimes with the ambiguous case you could have 0 triangles as your answer. And the way that you would know it was 0 triangles is that when you did this right here, you would get an error message. And like, you know you did it right, you check your work and your work is good. If you get an error message, that means that no triangles could be formed. So that is a possibility for what could happen. Okay, so that's my angle n. I'm going to store that as n. And then I'm going to go ahead and find angle n for the second triangle. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and store this as another letter. I'm going to go ahead and make this A this time. And so now I'm going to put my angle n's into my triangles and see if they make sense to still add another angle. So this is 8.3 degrees. This is 171. This second one almost doesn't make sense, but 171 plus 6 is 177. So you can have a third angle, it's just going to be super tiny. So that means that this time we do have 2 triangles. So we'll go ahead and finish it. I have two angles. I'm going to go ahead and find the third angle. So I have angle L. I'm not going to write it like that. Sorry. I could do 180 minus 6 degrees minus angle N. And that answer is going to give me angle L. So 180 minus 6 minus angle N. And so 165.736. And that is our angle L. So I'm going to go ahead and store that as L. Okay, so now I have all of the angles. I have two of the sides. I'm missing side L. I'm going to write it kind of cursive like so it looks like an L and not a 1. I'm missing side L, so that's what I need to solve for next. So I'm going to use that original fraction that has the good information. So 8 over sine 6 equals side L divided by sine of angle L. And I'm going to cross multiply. 8 times sine of angle L equals side L times sine of 6. And I'm going to divide sine of 6 over to the other side. So 8 sine of angle L divided by sine of 6. And so side L is 18.857. So this triangle is solved. We have angle N, angle L, side L. Okay, there's our first triangle. Now I'm going to go through and finish the second triangle. So I have two angles. I want to find the third one. So I can do 180 minus 6 minus angle N, which I stored as A. That's 2.264, and we're going to store that as B. Okay, so now I have all three angles are found, two of the sides are found, I just need side L, and so I'm going to say that 8 over sine of 6 equals L over sine of angle L, which we stored as B. I'm going to cross multiply. So 8 sine of B divided by sine of 6. And so L is 3.023. So that's how it looks when you're solving for two triangles. So just a reminder, you have to make sure you find that you solve that first angle. So the first angle you solve for, you get the answer for that, you do 180 minus that and get your second answer. And you check to see how realistic that answer is. So the key here is if we had gone up to this problem right here, and let me see if I still have D stored. Alpha D. I still have that number stored. So let's say for this one, we know that there was only one triangle, but let's say we tried to solve for the second one. I would have done 180 minus 54 minus angle D, and that would have helped me get the missing angle C. So 180 minus the 54 that was given in the problem minus the angle D that I solved for. And then I'd be like, my third angle in my triangle is negative 10. And that would be a silly answer. So if you're working on it and you set up 2 triangles and you solve and you find that, that could be your clue that you're finding a second triangle when there wasn't one.